TikTok is an app. You know it by now. Every single fucking person knows what TikTok is at this point. If you've not seen the ads that are proliferating every fucking website you go to nowadays, you don't see it on the front page of the Play Store or on the Apple App Store, iOS App Store, it's one of those. You've heard it. The commentary community has talked about TikTok for a very long time. There's been TikTok compilations, both of cringe and non-cringe variety. And TikTok as a whole is an app that has a lot of reach on the internet. Now, it's mostly used for teenagers singing in their bedrooms to gain popularity. Every app like TikTok, you know, your Vines, your Musical.lys, has ironic stars. Now, I've dabbled in Vine years ago, back when Vine was both relevant and alive, and I've ran through, you know, your compilation videos, the ironic TikTok Twitter, but the parody star, the kind of person who it's fun and fine to laugh at. Now, it comes in different varieties. You've got your normal looking person but doing something goofy. However, we're not talking about those people. We're talking about the other group in this weird celebrity stardom thing, which is the people that it's easy to laugh at. Buddy Haynes, or TheBudayy, is someone who is easy to laugh at. If you look at him, it is very hard not to make fun of him. I'm going to try my best, but I'm going to probably insult him a few times during this video because of how he is and what he is. Now, Buddy Haynes was notable for a TikTok creation, mostly known for his Good Girls Love Bad Guys video, which is perhaps the worst TikTok trend ever. I'm not even gonna play the song because I hate it, but here's a video. Now, this is a video that made him popular on TikTok, and in a sort of throwback to my third episode of Why Does Nobody Bring Up, hey, name drop the title there, he had a similar kind of fame to Austin Jones. Undeserved fame, unearned, and now with hindsight being 2020, the kind of fame he should have never had. And we're gonna talk about that today. Fame is a tricky thing. In whatever form it comes, however it's gained, it can be gone like that. For some people, it is better to burn out than to fade away. But TheBudayy did consist for a little while there. He had a famous TikTok page with over roughly around 20,000 subscribers, or fans as they were called, on the app. However, it's gone now. Does he have social media? We'll get to that. Does he have any current social media? We'll get to that. But let's talk about the implications of his fame. Now, I don't want to put stress on people who create compilations or anything, but he was famous mostly for cringe compilations. It was fun to make fun of him. And you're maybe wondering why teen girls would send him messages. Now, I'm gonna play a clip from The Right Opinion. He did a really great video on TheBudayy. I know other people have brought this up, by the way. Because I'm gonna get a comment like this. I get it for every video now. I know people bring it up. It's just a series, man. It's just a series.
Sure, there are like hundreds of more powerful, more suitable guys on the website, but it's a combination of dodgy judgment and accessibility. I'm sure there are lots of people who would message PewDiePie if they could, but settle for me instead because I have open DMs on all platforms.
Availability is what gave Buddy Haynes an opportunity. I can only imagine, because people could contact him, he tried to abuse what he had. Now, there are a lot of clips, and I'm gonna have to use a compilation part from other videos on YouTube because I could not find for the life of me this on YouTube standard. So enjoy these.
I mean, you're the cute one here, not me, so not fair. Like, I can make you blush, so same. Like, make me crush on you. Think about this tone.
Now, Buddy's awkward, desperate attempt for underage nudes, which he knew they were underage, is sad and horribly pathetic. But it's also a curse of a deeper problem that I'm still worried about even after my third episode. TikTok and its user base is primarily, not entirely, but primarily young children. It is roughly, I'd say maybe in your 13 to 17-year-old range. Now, that's not saying adults can't use the app. That's not what I'm going to say, and I'm not going to say that. That's irresponsible. Adults can use the app, and adults use the app all the time. But its core focus is children, effectively. Children are the ones who want to sing, who want to express themselves, a lot more than your average adult who may be jaded over time. I can attest to that one, but it's so easy for something like this to be abused. And TheBudayy is the most public, the most known one, because he's the one who got caught. And it only worries me how many of these people that have done things like TheBudayy have not been caught, have not been made public on the app. Now, there were a few. There's a guy, runner Seb. I know he had some accusations that he was a pedophile. I haven't looked deeply into that. That's one I haven't paid too much attention to. But something that interests me is the fact that it's now so much easier. And admittedly, TikTok, they do their best to secure what they can. But when you have essentially young, small children there, it's hard to secure. It's hard to secure no matter what platform you're on. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, especially Snapchat, jeez. And most of his grooming things were done on other apps, not TikTok, admittedly. Instagram, there's some messages that were floating around. Snapchat, obviously, there's a few. But Buddy Haynes is an interesting case. I'm dipping in between him and the topic at hand. But the topic that I want to talk about really with this video is finding out how our children can be secure in the long term. Because one day TikTok will die, there will be something next. But how's the next platform going to avoid a Buddy Haynes? How's the next platform going to avoid a Ray Diaz, an Austin Jones? How are we going to secure this in a way that, one, does not affect the standard user, but affects the problem without being Orwellian and, you know, in a 1984 style, like, try to stop before it happens kind of thing? And how do we get it to the point where we can have children and adults using the service in tandem? Now, I grew up, I spent a lot of time online, played a lot of video games. I had friends, I still have friends, who are 40 years older, who, you know, we met through different play spaces, playing your Halos, your CODs, Grand Theft Auto, stuff like that. And I'm still friends with them. And nothing untoward happened. And that's fine. That's understandable. That's how it's supposed to be, I think. But I also, I learned at a young age when to avoid things like that. I was in an AOL chat room a time or two. I got a couple messages over the years. But I avoided pretty much anything. Admittedly, I'm very much an isolationist. I like myself to be isolated in certain aspects, and I separate a good bit of my personal life from my online life. But much like I said in the Austin Jones video, we have children growing up with the phone in their hands. I didn't grow up with a phone in my hands. I got my first cell phone at like 10, and it was one of the LG slide-up things my dad had as a spare. The first smartphone I had was a BlackBerry, while iPhones and Androids were taking up the market share. I didn't have the most expensive tech at the time. But now you have kids growing up with, you know, iPhones and like phones in their hands the entire time. And I'm not trying to be some sort of boomer who's saying like phone bad. I'm saying phone good, but people bad. It's not the technology's fault that people are awful, you know? It's hard to try to figure out how we're going to keep our children safe. You know, I'm thinking down the road for myself. I don't have children at the moment, but how are companies going to handle it? It's going to get much, much worse. Well, I can only imagine. You know, we just had a massive influencer, Ray Diaz, busted for, was it like fucking a 15-year-old or something? And then like abusing her. I haven't looked too much into that story, and there will be a headline on screen for what happened. But we've got a massive influencer. Ray Diaz has, I don't know how many subscribers, but I know it's more than a lot of people. What's going to happen when the next Ray Diaz, the next Buddy Haynes, the next Austin Jones comes on the scene when technology is as impressive as it is? And it's hard for parents to be able to control their children just in general. Imagine with better technology, deeper technology. That's something that fucks with me a lot. And that's why Buddy Haynes pisses me off. He was unsuccessful, at least as far as we know. There hasn't been too many allegations recently. But in his past, he essentially tried to exploit children for nude photos, or to start sexual relationships with them. Buddy Haynes is a scumbag. And at one point, everyone kind of assumed he was gone forever. Now, this isn't entirely my research. There has been some really good videos recently that came out. This egg-headed lad dropped a video and a diss track, actually, which I will link to at the end of the video. That was really good, but it brought me on to his new channel. channel. We're going to get into the content that he uploaded in a little bit, but I still want to talk about technology, so we're gonna hold off on that. I really don't want to come off as anti-technology. I love technology. I have a ton of it. We live in a world of electric cars that are actually viable and shit. You know, we live in a world where we are connected more than ever. We can talk with our family across the globe, and it doesn't cost us half of the fucking money that it did 10 years ago to do. The thing that terrifies me, and it is probably a worry that probably unwarranted, but I worry about the future of how tech is going to handle the child abuser problem. We have people on Twitter advocating for pedophilia. We have a whole community. It originally was on Tumblr, which, you know, Tumblr's a platform that nobody cared about, so they were fine there. People left them alone. But there's a whole group of pedophiles on Twitter now, trying to get, like, into the LGBT, which I can only imagine what desperate attempts these kinds of people will do 10 years from now, 20 years from now. And that scares the shit out of me. As rightfully, I think it should. And Buddy Haynes is one of those people that in 20 years, I wonder what the fuck he's going to do. That's the thing I'm scared of. I'm scared of that man in the future. I want to make a disclaimer here. I've looked a lot into Buddy Haynes over the last few days. I know where he works. I haven't called him because I'm acting on good faith here. I know where he works. I know the location. I have access to a lot of his public, very public profiles. In the middle of researching this, it's all there. I'm not going to release it to the public unless he does something again. If things go public, I will contact relevant people with it. I feel like it would be unwise of me to release this information to the public. That's just me. It is public information. I found it within 40 minutes of research. Buddy Haynes has social media again. Not TikTok as far as I know, but he does have a new Instagram. He also has a new YouTube page. He's been releasing, he released a diss track named Alpha, which...
Go ahead. Call Chris Hansen. Bother the man what was at the Playboy Mansion. Even he will tell you the only real crime is you're wasting this time. Go ahead. Keep talking your shit, because the only crime I'm gonna commit is murder on this verse. Watch me kill it.
He has an Instagram which won't properly load, so you're seeing screenshots from a weird website called Instagram. Never heard of this before, but it's there. You can see his fucking face with his little chin stubble that he never shaves. By the way, really quick, this is a small tangent. If you look like this, shave all your facial hair. Don't do it. Facial hair does not look good on you. Don't. And sorry for jumping audio quality here. This is about 4 days after, because I didn't finish recording at the time. But the same day that I recorded this, he uploaded a 14-minute long rant about Donald Trump. And I'm not going to include any clips of it because, and I don't care whether you're a Trump supporter or not, you've legitimately heard every single argument he's already had, done by other better, smarter, and more articulate people. It's literally no reason to watch this video. He also did another diss track called Dark Horse, which I didn't touch on earlier, which I forgot to. Here's like 7 seconds of this turd.
You're just another dude trying to catch 15 minutes. Bitch, you aren't even worth 3 seconds.
And his next music-related thing, which I can only assume is possibly a reply back to Casatron's video, which he labeled as Dear Casey. I don't think it's his real name. But here's this turd.
Hope you're ready, my guy. I'm usually not one to spread hate, but you're the one that sealed your fate. Make fun of my age and say I'm 80. You can look in the mirror with the same lady. You know who you're talking to. It's a shorter, better version. If there is nothing on my record to show that any of it's true, so you got no ammo there. Besides, you call everyone a nut, so why should I care?
And I got lucky and caught a live stream, a little bit of a live stream, about half hour, that he did on YouTube. I know he apparently does more on Instagram Live, but here's some choice highlights.
27 going on 28. It'll be 28 in December. Oh, you got 10 people now. Woo-hoo. MySpace was the original Instagram. 14, 50-year-olds are so mature compared. Yeah. keyword I'm sure. I don't know. I will enjoy your content if you make a video of you eating a light switch or car. I will not eat a light switch. Everybody talks crap about you on TikTok too. Yeah, I know they do. I don't care if they do or not. What they say is irrelevant to me.
And with that, there is nothing else to talk about for today regarding Buddy Haynes. I'm gonna follow up on him eventually. There's gonna be another video on him down the road, but this is a wrap up for the video, so I'm gonna talk about some stuff and then we're gonna head out to the outro. I wasn't going to really advertise my Patreon until 10K. That was my plan. However, I did get a patron. My patron's name is Luana. $1 patron, so they're my season pass tier. There's going to be some updating before 10K. That's when I'm really going to start putting it in videos, but at each outro I'm going to say everybody's name. So Luana is my first patron. I only currently have 3 tiers on it. I've got a $1 tier, which is early access to videos, and a red name roll in Discord. I've got a $4.99 roll, which essentially just gets you a blue name right now because I haven't really done much with it, and then a $50 roll, which is something that I thought of but I've never seen anybody else do on Patreon, which is any merch that I plan on making, anybody within that tier will get early access to it. They will get to test it the moment it comes in. They will get the first test batch, other than me. They will get first. That's down the road. I haven't talked about merch yet, and I haven't talked about Patreon too much. We're gonna focus more on plans for our 10K video and fixing the tiers by then. So right now, Patreon, you don't need to worry about too much because the tiers are gonna change a little bit. The $1 one's gonna stay the same. I think, you know, no matter where you go in my channel tier list, or Patreon tier list, I should say, you're always going to get access to early videos and something of a Discord and some more stuff I'm working on. It's never going to be a requirement to watch my videos, any of my videos. Everything will go for normal subscribers. There just will be extra, like, other stuff down the road for Patreon. Nothing like a full video or anything, but some interesting stuff. It will never be, my friend Claus got, he uploads all his audio, and I can't do that because all my audio I've thrown away for a lot of the previous videos. So all that's gone. But I've got other things where I can give as early or old stuff. But we're not going to worry about that for a little bit. We're going to worry more about, you know, the future of a channel. I just wanted to mention that the Patreon now has a subscriber, and that it's there. The next video, I'm currently researching both topics, but I'm not sure if it's going to be either the Elsagate video or a new Onision video. It just depends on which one I feel like I've got enough there for. I've been, again, impressed with the growth. I'm actually recording this on a day that I plan on finishing it and uploading it soon. But, you know, we're at 8,000 subscribers, we're doing good, people have been enjoying the videos. The Winnie, Wisconsin one has went through, like, the algorithm brought it back up and put it in recommended when it's age restricted, so I don't know what the fuck's going on there. Anyways, everyone, have a good day, take it easy, click like, subscribe, the bell thing, you know the drill. Hopefully, I will see you guys for the 10K Q&A, which probably will happen within a month, like less than a month of the 1K Q&A, which blows my mind. Anyways, have a good one, everybody, take it easy. See you next time.
I'm sorry, Mike. I am being nice to Mike. I just, you know, not gonna say his last name. Because he had a Mike without saying his last name. Mike.